The Home Affairs Committee of the European Parliament just adopted the proposal for a new European Border and Coast Guard. The whole Parliament will vote on this proposal in plenary this week. The upgrade of the Frontex agency to the new European Border and Coast Guard is an essential element in managing the flow of migration towards Europe, of focusing on prevention and preparedness, and returning failed asylum seekers by assisting with returns. Protecting our external borders is really key within the broader asylum strategy. Europe finally is starting to understand we must first take control of the number of migrants coming in before we start creating more legal migration channels. If an EU member state does not adequately protect the EU's external borders, the EU Border and Coast Guard can provide assistance in helping countries gain back control where they are overwhelmed or failing. In order to ensure the sovereign rights of member states, but also to ensure that decisive action can be taken in crisis situations, the competence to recommend action lies with the member states and the Council rather than with the Commission. We all know that the Commission is very slow in making decisions and very reluctant to trigger sanctions. Therefore, the ECR successfully pushed for the Council, which is the collective of ministers of all EU member states, to be the central decision maker rather than the Commission. In that case, other EU member states can close their internal borders to put economic and political pressure on that state to comply with its commitments. Yes, this continuous monitoring and sanction mechanism is new. The EU Border and Coast Guard will keep an eye on the readiness and capacity of frontline member states like Greece or Italy. That way, we are much less likely to experience a crisis. If a crisis does occur, the new agency will be able to step in since it will have its own equipment and resources. In addition, it can count on a pool of resources from member states. Think of ships, border guards, and other assigned personnel. The next step is basically to conclude deals with countries around the Mediterranean, as we did with Turkey, and have ambitious and effective readmission and return agreements with third countries such as Pakistan, Algeria, and Morocco. Accelerated procedures will determine which asylum seekers already got a safe haven in countries like Turkey. Only genuine refugees who didn't find solace in any of these countries they passed through may apply for asylum in the EU. People who were safe in a third country need to be returned from the border with the assistance of the Border and Coast Guard Agency under its expanded mandate. The EU also needs to determine a maximum number of refugees they want to take in. Thank you.